Hey everyone, how's everybody doing tonight? Sorry for the late start on the live stream, and I don't mean like by a few minutes, but I'm starting about 2.5 hours later than I normally do for the photo editing live stream because I had to go pick up my mom from the hospital. I mean, she's fine, everything's fine, but uh, it was unexpected, so I had to adjust. But anyhow, I appreciate everyone coming here, and when I did stream just before I left for the hospital, and it seemed like a lot of you are okay with starting a little later today rather than um, doing it tomorrow about the same time. So it kind of rules out a lot of people that are far east of me because it's probably after midnight over there. So maybe you're watching now on the replay, but either way, I'm glad you're here. And I'm still downloading the pictures. There's 34 of them today. It's a lot. And I figured out how to use a timer. So I think I'm going to try and limit the timer to 5 minutes per photo. So that's still going to be over an hour of editing. I mean, if it's because there's 34, but probably half of them are like edits of my image. Because as you know, you can submit your images for me to edit, or I can send, I put one out there that you guys can download and edit one of mine. So usually it's about half and half. So if it's 16, let's say it's, well, we'll count it when we get there. I might have to limit it to 4 minutes per edit. I'll change the timer up. But let's see who's here. Dave Nelson. Yes, my mom is doing well, thanks. Oh, hey Rick, how are you? Yeah, she's fine. Boy, it's late there for you. Oh, microphone. God, it's always something, right? At least I'm not like talking to myself this time, because the last stream I was talking for almost 10 minutes, without being live. Ugh. And then, hey, John, you'd say it's good to see you. And then PF Cat, hi. Okay. Yeah, everything, it's still downloading. Let me see. Yeah. 34 images preparing for download. So as soon as that's done, I can extract them into the correct folder, and we'll get started. But here's my little timer. Let's see, where is it? Here. See? And it starts counting down. So since there's so many, I think let's see. Where do you change the scripts on this? I'll change it to 4 minutes per image, so I'm gonna have to work fast. All right. Yeah, 4-minute edits, right? Hey, Lauren, how are you? Yeah, I think a lot of you on the West Coast, right? From here, from like Maryland out to California and Washington, you guys are fine with this time slot. So that's good. All right. Man, this is taking a while to finish. It'll pop up with a message to download, but it hasn't happened yet. So give me a chance to catch up. So why don't we ask the Mystic Pyramid. If you guys were in my last stream, I talked about this little device. It calls on the spirits beyond and answers questions for you. So let me ask it, how are my edits going to be tonight?
Your difficulties will soon be over.
Oh, okay. I did download a new version of Olympus Workspace. It looks like there wasn't really any changes, but oh, okay, this is ready to download. We'll save. It didn't prompt me where to save it to, or I missed it. Yeah, it's like the Magic 8 Ball, right, Arthur? It's very similar to that, but it has more than eight answers. It gives a lot more than that. Supposedly 99 or 100, I don't know. It's supposed to give a lot of different kinds of answers. Photoscape X. I know. Photoscape X is actually pretty good. But I don't use it enough to be able to edit properly with it. Like when I do use it, I use it for like collages and things, and I usually don't have to do any editing other than arranging the images. I've never really hardcore edit with that, so things will go slow if I edit with that. What do you think about Magic or Mystic Pyramid? What do you think about editing with Photoscape X?
Embrace your bliss.
Yeah, see? It breaks my bliss. So I would see it knows everything. It always gives the right answer. All right, let's see. It's done downloading. Let me extract them into the right folder. So far, so good. Extract. All right, good. And then let me separate. Wow, there's some great edits here that you guys did on my image. So if I move those in there, and that one. All right, it's not bad. Let's switch over to the right screen now. If I click that, and this, and last, this one. Wonderful. No, it doesn't have a name. It's just called the Mystic Pyramid. So we have what? 3, 7, 11, 15, 19, 23, 25 images times 4 minutes. So that's 100 minutes. So I need about an hour and a half. Hour and 40 minutes sounds like. So, all right. Hour and 40 minutes. All right, so we're gonna have to work fast. So let's start the timer. Hopefully I remember to do this. 4-minute timer. All right, we have here DeMorcan, and gave me a raw image from the EM1. Let's look at the basic info. Let me close this. EM1 with a 40 to 150 kit at 4.4, 1/640th, ISO 200 at 58 millimeters. So good settings. Nice bokeh from that lens. Man, you must have been wide. Oh, you're only at 58 millimeters and you still got some decent bokeh. Yeah, this won't be too hard, I don't think. Why is everything grayed out though? Let me close and reopen Workspace because I don't have any editing tools here. I can crop. Let me pick a different image. All right, now they're back. Isn't that weird? All right, so we're good. I like the crop, actually. It's not bad. I might go a little tighter. We'll keep 4:3. And just come in a little tighter. Just to get the flower by itself. All right, and then, man, I've already killed 2 minutes. Let's warm it up. Let's go to 6000K and add some sharpness. Add some vignette. Crank up the saturation. Gradation's good. And then let's pull some highlights and shadows. right about there. And I feel like it needs something to bring out maybe clarity. I don't really need the haze. Too much clarity. Let me try, I got a minute. Let me try pop art filter number 2. How about number 1? Yeah, that's better. Then I'll just pull the saturation back off here. All right, I think I'm done. Really relatively simple edit. Just bringing out the color and some of the finer detail, and then cropping in, because I just want the one flower. I didn't, these other flowers here on the side would be a little distracting, right? To this one. So that's it, and warmed it up. Okay, good. I made time. Let's start the timer again. Let's try this one. All right, we have here from Marcel van Cotem, and he used the M1 Mark II with a 40-150 at f2.8, 1/1000th of 1000 ISO, 12500 second shutter speed. So good, excellent settings. Excellent settings. So this one is actually, this would normally take more than 4 minutes, but let's do a square crop. Like so. And just come into this one. Like so. And then I'm going to try and bring out some of the detail on this bird. So I really need to use the unsharp mask for this, because, well, let me see what regular sharpness does. That helped a little bit, but I think, let me just work with unsharp mask. I don't want to bring out the noise from being at ISO 1000. I'm just going to start at some basic settings here. 10. And then ooh, wait. I forgot how sensitive this is. Let's try 2 pixels. And we'll go to 20. Maybe 18. Okay, and then pop art always works good with birds. Or animals in general. It really brings the colors out that they have on them. Of course, I always have to tone it back down. And we need to straighten a little bit. And then, of course, I always like some vignette. And let's add some clarity. That might bring out some more detail too. Man, Workspace is eating up my 4 minutes here. All right, there we go. Now the sharpness is coming in. Let's do a before and after. How'd you burn your tongue, Corna? Let that render for a second, and then let's... I really need to crop in. I don't like my crop. There's too much headroom on this. But I think I was able to bring the detail out on the bird. Let's look at it by itself. I got a couple of seconds. Let me go ahead and bring in the base. I just don't like all this headroom up here. Now, I want to get the whole thing in. All right, final answer. We'll let that render. Oh, this is brutal. Come on, Workspace. There we, oh, almost. Almost there. All right, final edit. Yeah, that's you shot this thing perfectly. Perfectly done. But it feels like even at 2500th of a second, there's still some motion blur. I mean, when the birds are small, you really have to crank that shutter speed, but I'd have probably shot it exactly the same, but really, really good. All right, let's move on to the next one. Let's restart the timer. I went a little over. Wow, this is pretty nice. A little bit soft though. Let's see what the EXIF is. No EXIF here. So I have no idea. Okay, I think. All right, definitely going to crank up the sharpness. And let's work with the tone curve just to bring out some more contrast. Let me adjust the gradation slightly. And I'm going to warm it up a little bit. And then, do I have individual color control at all? I have some, so I'm going to pull the blues down like so. I'm going to try to bring some of this back. And let's do saturation. This will help with the ocean too a little bit. And these yellows are a little bit too, I feel like it needs, and this is all very subjective, but I feel like this grass is a little bit too orangey. Let me just make it a hint greener. I don't know if I can do that without messing up the rest of this though. But if I shift this color, that's too much. Maybe just a touch off this brown color. And emphasize the reds and come off this way a little bit. All right, good. And then I'm gonna saturate the greens. Maybe crop a little off the bottom, maybe. I thought this was already composed really nicely though. Let's add a little clarity, some dehaze for the clouds. And just a tad more gradation, right about there. just to bring the shadows up a little bit in here. I'd like a little more. Oh, I'm almost out of time. Just a little more in the reds. All right, final answer. But yeah, it's mainly about just saturation and contrast, and then bringing the gradation out so you can see things a little better, right? So that's the final edit. I think that looks pretty good. I think composition-wise, there's not much to change. I feel like it's really good already. I would do a little bit of denoising, but I'm out of time. So let's move on. But beautiful shot there. Let's reset the timer. Okay, here we have a leading line shot. This is from Neo. God, I'd be curious to see what your edit on this photo is, because you always do amazing edits on mine. But I'll try and live up to your editing here. The only challenge I have with pictures like this is, you know, you have these leading lines, repeating patterns, and these, you know, it's a beautiful flowers along, you know, excuse me. But there's no subject, right? It needs a person here, so you need to layer somebody in here. You probably did in your own edit, because that's what you do always on mine. But this one I would let me see, pop art. It's already pretty warm, but it's just a little bit too green. I'm gonna add a little bit of magenta. Yeah, that feels good. And just a tiny bit of dehaze and clarity. Let's add the sharpness back in. I don't think we even need to do anything on the tone curve, and gradation is already on auto. Yeah, Ellie's sitting in there would be cool, right? Let's just let's try and make it a little bit more like golden hour. So we'll pull the curve right in there. Pull the highlights down a little bit more. Add some vignette. Let me see what a warm color filter does. I never use this. Maintain luminance. Oh, that's a nice effect. I really want to warm this up. And just to make it feel more like golden hour. So let me pull the exposure down about a third. Okay, I'm going to pull it down almost a full stop. And then adjust. And then I'm going to adjust the tone curve to make it more, because I need to bring the highlights up here to make it look more like golden hour. It's a bit too much. Let me pull them up higher, then I have to do exposure comp a little more. Let's go full 2 stops. And then pull the highlights up. Oh, I pulled the exposure comp down just a bit too much, but because, you know, sunset, sunrise pictures are very contrasty, right? You have very harsh shadows, and then you have really strong highlights. So that's what I'm trying to mimic. I just feel like it's just a little bit too strong on the warming filter. Right about there. Okay, final. Oh, I'm out of time. Final answer. So there's a before and after. So major change, right? I really wanted to make it very different and have it look like golden hour. Because it almost looks like golden hour already. It's just exposed a little bit bright. But okay, let's move on to the next one. Nice shot, Neo. Too much vignette, yeah. We'd have to, I pulled the vignette off a little bit. I agree. All right, let me start the timer again. And man, this guy is not looking happy. Mario Cernarua. I like this bench though. Too bad these people are walking right behind him. It'd have been nice if they were over here or out of the shot. And I like this red door. Okay, Rick, we'll see you later. I'm sorry I had to start so late. Okay. I'm not sure what I can do here. That's a disaster. All right. So forget about, I turned it off. Why isn't it? Hold on. Why isn't it going back? There. Oh, come on. Oh, I gotta, there it is. Let me do a square. Gosh, I like this red and green door though. What if we go 16 by 9? Yeah, we still get a little bit of the door. That's good. And a slight tilt this way. Let me see where the colors are. All right. We got good colors in here. I just have to accentuate the ones that matter. So I'm going to crank up red and green and yellow. This is more of a teal. And let's make the greens a little darker. And the red's a little brighter. Okay, good. Dang, I don't like this crop or this angle. Yeah, I'm trying to save this red door though, Lauren. Because yeah, I was thinking square crop with just the dude, but then I'm really losing the color of the red door. Maybe I can do this. No, the bench is really interesting. All right. 20 seconds left, so let's just crop the red door out. I think Lauren has a point. And just warm it up slightly. Oh, we're done. Time. All right. So there's the before and after. Wow, Wow, it's a little flat. Dang it, sorry. I'm gonna have to go a little bit over. I spent too much time on the color and cropping, but let me add some contrast. All right, now I'm done. That's the best I could do in the 4 minutes. Okay, let's go to the next one. But yeah, nice shot. Just needed, yeah, about 5 seconds, like Lauren was saying. Lauren is a very competent street photographer. If you ever see his portfolio, if you look in the comments section, he usually has a link to his portfolio. Wow, I like this. Another one from Matteo. Oh, you're breaking the rules here. You sent 2 in. But let's look at the EXIF here. Kit lens on an EM10 Mark III. Okay, good. 1/80th of a second, ISO 200. So good settings. Good settings. You got just a hair of motion blur, which is interesting. And I like the colors. Oh, let me start the timer. Dang it. This is another one that I don't think cropping needs to be done here. I like the crop. Maybe just, let me look at instant film and vintage. Yeah, that's horrible. Hold on. Maybe. Yeah, the vintage one didn't look too bad, actually. Yeah, I like that one. Okay, vintage 2. And let's just work on the tone curve a little bit more. Maybe a slight crop to the left. Yeah, there's a little bit too much space on this side and not enough over here, right? So I think if we keep with the original 4x3 and just come up this way. Yeah, that's better. And gradation, everything else looks good. Let's add some sharpening. And yeah, this is a good shot. It's very good. It's just missed focus a tiny bit though. But that's partially the motion blur, right? I think I'm done, actually. This doesn't need much else. Maybe crank up the saturation a bit more. And I think I warmed it up to the right temperature. It looks right. Maybe just a bit cooler. Try 5200. $5,000. Just needed a little bit cooler. Okay, I'm done. Because this was already a really good shot. So yeah, I think the cropping is the main thing, and then you just edit the colors to taste, right? Because there's already a lot of interesting colors in here that you can play with if you really want to edit this thing. You can edit this thing like 10 different ways. But I decided to go with a vintage, kind of a little bit of softer look. And just go with this. I think this looks good. Because now this picture is kind of timeless. This is like a timeless image, not because of my editing, but just it's a really good picture. All right, let's move on to the next one with time to spare for once. All right, this is from Wudang. Okay. Yeah, Wudang, you're probably watching this on replay. This is already pretty much edited. I don't think I need to do anything here. What's the exit? Probably your Sony camera, right? Yeah, your Sony 7M3, 28 to 75, 2.8 fixed. Wow, good lens. 1/250. This is already done, so I don't need to do anything really. I would not change a thing on this. I just don't see anything to do here. Maybe, I mean, if I want to do something creative and really crush the blacks, or should I go softer? Now let's crush the blacks but save the midtones. All right, that's all I can do really. It's just crank a little contrast into the image. But that's a great picture, making me hungry. What would dehaze do to this? Black, you know, dehaze is always really good with black and whites, but this one is already kind of done. Yeah, we need flames, right? What does the pyramid say? Pyramid, what do you think of this photo edit?
Change is in the air.
Change. I didn't change it much. Rob, I will put a street shot in the next session. I think I sent it to you. You can say, okay. I'll check it out. I think I do remember seeing a motorcycle in front of the hotel. All right, let's move on to the next one. Nice, really excellent shot. I mean, I got a minute here. The only other thing is to get rid of this person on the right and do that. Just a little bit more front and center. Right on the center of gravity. And that's it. So there's my before and after. More contrast and just focus on this guy. All right, let's move on. Great shot though. Yeah, he has a pyramid on his head, right? All right, let's reset the timer. Oh, okay. We have these storage units or whatever these are in different colors. So this needs a pop art, no question. And then we need to straighten it and do some distortion correction. So let me get some lines in just to help me with that. Let's make sure these lines are straight. Oh, it's got a little bit of a skewing error too. Very subtle. Yeah, Bob is not going to make it. He said he had to go to sleep. He emailed me just before the stream. I was checking my email. Let's just add a little symmetry. I mean, I don't like that these are cut off, but because this side has space on it and this side is cut off. So what do we do about that? We do an implied image, right? So we have perfect symmetry. I don't like all this on the bottom, so let's go a little bit wider. Maybe not that wide, 3 by 2. All right, perfect. And play with the tone curve a bit. Didn't need much there. I wish I could. I don't think his camera lets. Yeah, his camera doesn't let me adjust. He uses what? I forget. EM5. The original EM5 doesn't let you do color adjustments. Let me see if I can. No. I'm just trying to see if I can make those colors pop a little more. But I cannot. And if I go into the channels, if I add a little bit of red right here, and then a little bit of blue, kind of in the same place, and then some green. Greens are a tiny bit lower. All right, I think that's it. Essentially, all I did was bring out the color and add some symmetry. Because you can see the original one, that right side is cut off, which is messing up the whole image. So I had to just cut everything out to get the symmetry back. But that's it. And I'm still off on the symmetry. This side is a little bit shorter. But I think that's a, there we go. Now I'm right. Okay. All right, final answer with 5 seconds to spare. All right, this got to be Elaine. Yep. Elaine, you always send me done images. You got to send me one that's not done. And then we can compare notes, right? I think this one almost doesn't need a timer, but I'll set it anyway. I mean, just make it a little bit darker right there. So I'm done. I just had to bring the blacks down a little bit, and that's it. I don't think I can even separate the colors. Let me see if the haze will separate it some. Just yeah, that helps. Get some clarity. All right, now I'm done. There you go, Elaine. That's all I can do. Bring the blacks in with a little clarity into haze so you can see a little bit more of the bokeh bubbles and everything. Cool shot though. I like the window pane or whatever it is that's kind of in front of the whole image. That's an interesting look. It's almost like looking through one of the top of a one of those 6x6 cameras where you're looking down through the viewfinder. All right, let's move on. But yeah, it's cool. It's a cool shot. All right, this from Arthur. Oh, I thought I saw Arthur here earlier. Oh yeah, you're still here. Man, you're sending me the toughest landscape shots here. I think since there's just nothing going on in here. So I gotta simplify this image a little bit. I'm gonna get rid of this rock. Let's stay 4x3 and see what happens. Just come in tighter. And let's tilt it slightly, even though it's probably fine. I just need to tighten it, and then a soft art filter. And let's pull the blacks all the way down here. All right, can I work with color? Do I have the color wheel? It looks like it. Let's crank up. I need to be on saturation. Oh, I forgot to start the timer, but let me just start it. I'll give myself 2 minutes to finish this. Dang it. I don't think I can bring the reds out anymore, so maybe I need to white balance it slightly. Let's try 6000K. That's too much. 5500. And definitely about an 8 on the vignette. Increase the effect here by 1. And hang a little more vignette. You think a little bit more off the top, huh? Maybe. Oh, why did it do that? Go back to the original, go back to 4x3. Ah, a little too much water. What about that? Now, we're gonna have to go dead center, like right there. Whoops. I think right about there. And I wish I could use a Lightroom brush. I'd like to do some light painting on this. Then it would be really cool. But I think that's it. You think I should be up a little higher? I think that's about right. I'm not going to go any higher. All right, I'm going to call it because I didn't start the timer. So let's do before and after. Let that render out and see what we get. Yeah, I think that's a lot better. That one on the left is a little bit too busy, right? Let me get myself out of the... Yeah, I think that's a lot better. And I tried to crank up the reds as much as I can because there's a lot of nice greens in there. But okay. But I think it looks good. Yeah, a little bit off the bottom, a little bit. I mean, we could tweak that all night, right? But I think that looks pretty decent now. A little light painting in Lightroom with a brush, and this image would be really amazing, I think. But that's all I can do with Workspace. Oh, okay. Thanks, Arthur. I'm glad you like it. Let's get the timer right. All right. This is from Dawood. And oh, no EXIF again. Oh, you're killing me. Let's see. I need to do a tiny bit. I like the framing. I need to do a little bit of distortion correction. I don't have keystoning, so let me do it this way. Okay. And wow, there's a little bit of distortion too, it looks like. There. Okay, that feels better. Now let's crop and straighten. Let's straighten it out. Just a hair. Oh, it needs a little more deskewing. Oh, I don't have it. I need this tool right here, the vertical. Dang it, yeah. Stupid correction thing is gone. So, all right, we're not gonna be able to do that. Let's do a square crop. That might look weird though with a rectangular window. We'll stay. Let's get rid of that sky. I wonder if I come in all the way on just the window. Okay. And let's work with, just pull that in. Yeah, a little bit more. I'm tempted to go black and white on this. Because the colors are just a little bit... I'm gonna go black and white. I got time, yeah, I got a minute. Let me go black and white. And she's had, this was blue, this was green, so let's do red. Yeah, there we go, beautiful. Now some dehaze. And definitely some clarity. A little bit on the gradation. Too much. Need some more clarity. I think I'm done. Ah, Lauren, you don't like the black and white? What are you saying no to? But okay, there we go. Before and after. Color might have worked if I could save these bricks and things, but I don't think I can save the bricks, because what's bothering me the most is this distortion. So by getting rid of some of the bricks and everything, the distortion is not quite as bad. I like this. This is a beautiful shot. All right, let's move on to the next one. Oh, you like color, Lauren? Yeah, I agree. Your color images though are really amazing. The colors pop. I think I told you that in the last email. Oh, the secret garden, yeah. Oh, it's easy enough. Just unclick monochrome and put it back to color, right? The last image. Let me just put it back to color. There. So even in color, you know, I don't know, it's still a good edit. All right, sorry, let me go back to this one. Restart the timer. What's this? From John Follows, and he's using what, EM5 Mark III with a 12 to 45 Pro, f6.3, ISO 160, 1250th of a second. Okay, 12 millimeters. Kodak loves me again. Okay. So we have some red and green here. We have a little blue. Just this angle is a little rough. I gotta crop this, and then I'm gonna do a art filter. See how that looks. Let's go right there. And then a dramatic tone. And that's a little harsh. That might be too harsh. If I can't bring it back with some gradation, I might have to go back. Oh. That's just too harsh. All right. So man, it's about the right temperature. Just a hair warmer. And then let's make it look more golden hour-like. Kind of like what I did with Neo's image. This is kind of what I was hoping dramatic tone would do, but it just messed it up. Oh, I'm not. I need to save a little bit of the mountain. All right, that feels about right. Let's work with the blue. Let's see if we can save any of the blue. Blues are a little bit too harsh. What do I got, 50 seconds? Let me pull these off a little bit. And let's brighten up the oranges and the yellows. I need to shift the green a little bit more yellow. No, 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 no. More green. All right, time's up. Okay, so let's do a before and after. And the main thing really here was just the composition, right? There's just too much space on the bottom and the left. So coming in, and now you feel like you're walking right onto this bridge. And then, yeah, the contrast, like I said, dramatic tone didn't work for this one. So that was kind of what I was going for, was that kind of very dramatic look. And then save the green and the red and bring out the blues a little bit. But okay. It's a good image now, I think. Let's go to the next one and restart the timer. All right. Wow, Trevor, this is beautiful. Let's see what you shot with here. Mystery camera again. I got nothing on EXIF. All right. Doesn't matter, I guess. And it's a JPEG, so I can't do much. I can play with this a little bit, but it's gonna get wonky very fast. What I'm gonna do is I want to try and save the highlights here in the water without blowing out the sky. That's gonna be tough. A Nikon Z7, okay. Let me see, this water is right. Yeah, I figured it was right about here. I feel like I'm gonna blow the sky out. This is where a graduated filter would work. Okay, that's starting to feel about right. Let me get to the haze. Yeah, with the JPEG. Just send me the NEF file next time, Trevor. I can work with it in Lightroom. This would be an awesome shot in Lightroom. Let me tell you, Lightroom would really make this thing work. I'm gonna actually turn the gradation down. And oh, you shoot. Oh, Lauren only shoots JPEG, yeah. I didn't know that, Lauren. I mean, I really love the images in your portfolio. So we have some blues here. We need to get them a little bit less purple. So let's do that. And this. And then these yellows are a little bit too orange, so I'm gonna make them a little bit less orange. Oh, I'm not I'm not liking this edit, actually. Because I'm starting to get some halo effect. What's that? That's got to be from the clarity or the dehaze. It's coming from the dehaze. All right about there. All right, let me see where I'm at. I don't know if I did this image justice. I kind of like the hazy look of the original. So I got 28 seconds. I'm just gonna rework the tone curve. So I don't kill too much of the haze. All right, I'm done. So final edit. Dang it. Not much difference from before and after. All I did was get rid of some of that magenta and then increase the contrast. I mean, it's a really great shot that I think in Lightroom would have been... I keep saying that. I should just use Lightroom, but if I had the raw image, I would. All right. Let's go to the next one. Captain Craig. Oh, I've done this one before. This is nice. Let's start the timer. Okay. This needs some... Let's go wide. 16:7. Light tilt. I feel like I've seen this lighthouse. Well, they all look the same. And add some gradation. I'm going to bring out the beach a little bit more. Ooh. Right about there. And now I can work with this. And let's warm it up a bit. Okay. This still feels kind of crooked. Yeah. Getting there a little bit more. Because this line here, it's not straight, but I don't think it's supposed to be. I think it's kind of curved. The coastlines are usually weird that way. All right, that's pretty straight. And all right, now some dehaze. Oops. And this picture needs to be warmer. Let's go. Let's go much warmer. Ouch. Right about there. And then we'll shift the blues. Yeah, there we go. A nice teal sky. And then, what do I got, a minute left? Let's go with teal and orange, make it very cinematic. All right, final answer. I tried to go a little bit cinematic with this, but there's the before and after. So a nice wide crop and then cinematic colors, and we're done. I like how that came out. Okay, let's look at it by itself. Yeah, that's beautiful. I love this. I love the cinematic colors for this image. I mean, I would have composed this a little differently, but it's a little bit too tight to be cropping at this point, so I'm out of time. But I would try some different crops on this. All right. Yeah, good shot though, Captain Craig. All right. I like that better than your squirrel shot, actually. Let's see. We have a this is weird. It's almost like a it's almost like you did silent shutter. This is weird. What's single frame? So it's not silent. The EM10 with a 12 to 40 Pro at f2.8 for 6 seconds. Oops, oh, let me start the timer. Well, let's fix the horizon. And then it's still crooked. It needs a little bit of shifting this way. A little more. All right. We have some green. Dang it. Let's oh, I can't adjust the colors. Dang it. Let's try dehaze to try and accentuate that. And on my green channel, if I can raise this a little bit brighter. And then in the darker tones, get rid of that green in the darker areas. Okay. And I'm going to need a noise filter. It's already on low, but there's still some artifacting in here. Let's do high. All right, good. And let me go to, I can't tell what colors are in here. But I'm just gonna get rid of the colors down here and keep the ones right here. I mean the luminance. Because everything down, yeah, those are just too far gone. See the banding, and there's some banding down there, so I gotta excuse me, I gotta crush all the highlights. But if I can bring this out. Oh, why is this so terrible? Let me get rid of one of these pins. Get rid of that pin. Let me try this one more time. Why am I getting this banding? Let me reset this. And go back to the green channel. And I want to pick it up right about here. And just pull it a little bit. Oh, it's when I was pulling this one, that's what happened. So I'm going to just raise it a little bit there. And then pull it more on this side. Oof. I think that's all I can do. It's just a little bit underexposed. But okay. Does that look any different? Since the time's up. So basically I just skewed it and leveled the horizon, then tried to bring out the northern lights a little better. But that's all I can do in the time that I got. You know, this is very similar to an astro shot, and these take a lot of time to edit, especially in Workspace. It's very hard to do. But that's the direction I would go. All right. Yeah, sorry, Johnny. I wish I could have done more on that. I'm really gonna try and stick to this timer because there's still a lot to go through. Wow, this is a sharp image. This is from Randy. Oh yeah, of course, Randy. Right? He has the Dream gear. Right? Let's see. EM1 with the 50 to 200 lens. Actually, this is old stuff. This is an old 4/3 system, or it is micro 4/3, but that I'm not familiar with that lens. That is good. All right, this one I can just crop and like that. Add some sharpness. Turn off this filter. Go to 5500K. And slight dehaze, slight clarity. Let's see if we can save some of that tree. And then adjust tone curve. Yeah, tilt shift, yeah. I'd have to back off a little bit if I did a tilt shift. That was a great lens. I'm not familiar with that lens, the 50 to 200, but based on this image, I'm pretty impressed. Okay, let's bring out some of the reds. Do I have any color control? Probably not on an old EM1. Yeah, all the color dials are off. Let me go to the red channel. I want to accent this a little bit. I can't do it without bringing everything else in. Just a slight push to red, like so. I don't know what's more interesting, the golf player or the tree. I don't have enough of the tree. What do I got? 1 minute left. Let me try something weird. Then do a heavy vignette. Ouch, ouch. No, that sucks. You and the flames, Dave. I don't know, I kind of like the vertical better. All right, I'm gonna call it because this is already a really good image. you know, grainy film too. What I got? 10 seconds left. Let me just eyeball a black and white with a red filter. All right, I'm done. So final image. Yeah, I kind of like the vertical. That's a really beautiful lens. I could spend the next 4 minutes just looking at this image. I really like this image. I'm not cropping it right, but black and white sucks. All right, we'll go back to the original. But okay, colors. I just didn't get the color right on this. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's my image. We'll come back to that one. All right, let me start the timer. Come on, turn on. There we go. Okay, this one. I don't know why flower shots though. I can usually do pretty quick. Let's just crop it there. Let's do 4:3 and crop it a little bit lower here. Okay. Add the sharpness back in. The highlights are blown. This is a JPEG. Oh, of course, Lauren. You and your colors and your JPEGs. I don't think I can save them either. Yeah, they're gone. But let's do these colors in here. These are kind of reds. Let me see if I can increase the reds without messing up the flower. And then pull back on this purple. I think the greens can come off too. Let me pull that yellow down a bit. All right, I think that's all I can do for Lauren. I mean, I'm not happy with this bud right here. Let me crop that bud out. And go right here. This crop doesn't work either. I'm almost out of time. I don't like this crop either. Yeah, I get the rule of odds, but those other buds are just ugly. Let me try a wide like this. This kind of works. But this bud is not really equivalent. We just need a soft focus and then I'm done. Let's see, this is luminance of the reds. Let me pull the reds down. I'm just trying to bring out the color in this thing. But okay, I'm out of time. So, final answer. I think the soft focus really worked on this one. And then that little cattail thing in there, that's kind of cool. Okay. Yeah, send me a street photo, Lauren. Let's see. Oh, we got some. God, I'm so hungry, Lydia. Thank you so much. I wish I could eat that for real. That's some kind of bread with almonds or something on it. No, white chocolate maybe. Wow. Oh my God, I'm so hungry. I got nothing here. All right. This doesn't need much. It's already cropped and done. Let's see what the EXIF is. EPL8 with a 12 to 40 Pro at f2.8, 1/80th, ISO 640. So yeah, you need more light. That's about the only thing I can tell you, because if you're at f2.8 and still at ISO 640 with this shutter speed, you don't have enough light on this subject. Oh crap, I forgot the timer. I'm gonna get the timer down and get that right. Let's see. What can I do here? I got colors, I got a tone curve, but let me get a. I'm trying to save the center here, but black out this part, but it's not working. Let me lower the exposure. Oh, this is another JPEG. So I'm not gonna be able to save the highlights. Oh, I'm hurting today on edits. Add some sharpness. That looks like crap. Yeah, food pictures, you got to try to stay original. It's almost like a product photography. I think that's it. I'm sorry, Lydia. The shot is really tight and there's not much here other than this one item, right? The product shot. So all I can do is add some contrast and color. Oh, excuse me. We're getting near my bedtime here. Yeah, that's all I can do. It looks delicious though, but oh my God, I don't know. But it's all done. Everything is done. It's composed. The lighting is done. Everything. Wow. Okay. That was an easy one, relatively speaking. But thanks for sending that in, Lydia. But it's already pretty much done. Okay. Not as done as like Elaine's. Elaine just sends them. They're already done. Oh, wow. Look at this. What is this? Von Schwarzschild. I don't even know what that is. Excuse me. Olympus Pen F with a 25mm f 1.8 at 1.8 ISO 500 1160. Good settings and really good sharpness out of this lens. I love this lens. I'm just not crazy about the focal length. A peacock, yeah, maybe a baby peacock, right? That makes sense. I like to do pop art with animals, but it doesn't need it here. It's already pretty colorful, so I can just add some color. Let's do it this way. Let's just add certain colors. Red and green. Red and green. Go more on the green. And let's pull back the orange. Let's do that. Let's turn this off. Because even at ISO 640, there's hardly any noise because you have good light. Some clarity and a slight crop. We'll keep it 4:3 and just crop it this way. Maybe some vignette. And yeah, I've kind of maxed out the green. I can do a little bit, but that's it. And maybe kill the luminance a little bit on the greens. It should make it a little richer. This color though, this is mostly red. Just pull back the luminance on the red. We can shift the yellows a little bit more green. You know, these wood chips are all yellow, so I don't want to make the wood chips look yellow, but I think that's it. So yeah, just increase the red and green saturation, pull back on the orange a little bit, then a little sharpness, and turn off the noise filter. Because when you look at the hair or these feathers, turning off the noise filter and then adding sharpness in, I think really brought out the detail much better. And then you can see up close the saturation is much better on the reds now. And on the greens. See the greens here? This all looks much better now. So this is really about the finer details, this shot, than it is composition or anything else. But I think that came out good. All right. Elaine, just a tiny vignette, because the way Workspace does vignette is terrible. It just, like, if I crank it way up, look what happens. It just looks like crap. It looks like you added vignette. It doesn't look natural, so that's why I didn't add it. All right, I forgot to put a timer on that, but I don't think that was quite 4 minutes. Let's go to the next one. John Yutze, oh, you were here earlier. This is a cool shot. What are these guys doing? Fishing. Just a little bit out of focus. Or your ISO is really high. Let's see what happened here. EPL6 at ISO 1250. It's a little bit high. 40 to 150 kit lens, 1/30th of a second. Not bad. Not bad on the settings. I mean, it's probably just a tiny bit of motion blur or something. You had to, a tiny bit of motion blur maybe. That's why it's a little soft. But yeah, this just needs to be a wide shot. Oh, I didn't turn the timer on again. Dang it. All right. I'll do 3 minutes on this. This won't even take 3 minutes. We'll go wide. And I don't need to do any colors. We'll just silhouette the people nice and black and bring back the highlights a little bit. Some dehaze. All right, that's it. That's all this really needed. Maybe actually, if I can simplify this even more. No. I think it was better with everybody in it because you know you got people sitting down over here with a net. Yeah. Okay, I'm done. Oh, I hate when that happens. All right, now I'm done. So basically just a wider just make it a wider shot and silhouette the people out even a little bit more, make them completely black. And I think we're good. I think if I could add a little bit of sparkle, let me see if I can do that without. I know this has it. Oh, where is it? This camera doesn't have it then. Too bad. But okay, let's move on. Nice shot that John, you'd say. I really liked it. It doesn't need that art filter. It looks good just like this. Okay. Start the timer. Oh, we have another bird here from Paula. Let's see what she did lens-wise. 14 to 150 kit lens on the EM5 Mark III. ISO 400, 1/80th of a second. Wow, you got lucky. You got lucky. 1/80th of a second for a tiny bird like this. This is not. That's usually you get all kinds of motion blur because those little birds are just twitching all the time. I think it did a little bit right here. You can see a little bit of blur here. But this is a good shot. So I'm going to square this off. And just keep him looking. If I get too close, you're going to see that oops. You're going to see that it's not that sharp. But let's try that. And then let's do unsharp mask. Turn off this filter. Let's try 2 and 15. Oops, 15. Let's let that render and see what happens. Okay, that's better. And then let's work with the tone curve a little bit. Let me darken this. I'm going to darken this and then bring it up with the tone curve. So I'm trying to save the highlights without, because in Workspace it's easier to darken it than bring the highlights up than it is to try to save the highlights. But okay, I think that's it. So let's do a before and after. It looks a little bit dark. I got a minute left. I just want the bird to be brighter, not the greenness. Is that blue? No, that's just a black and white bird. All right, now I'm done. All right, get my face out the way. Yeah, I think that's a lot better. Actually, good sharpness left and good detail in the feathers still, just enough. I can't believe you got this shot with the settings that you had. That's really amazing. Really a testament to how good that lens is. And your skill at holding it steady. Oh my God. I can't believe the bird didn't twitch and that you were able to hold the camera that steady. How come I'm hitting the wrong button? But okay, yeah, it's a really good bird shot though. Let's go to the next one. So we're at 1 hour and 40 minutes, almost hitting that 4 minute per image limit here. Yellowbird Flores, this one is already processed pretty well. I don't think I need to do anything. A little bit of motion blur there. Some interesting color on this horse. There must be, oh yeah, spotlight right here, see? So these spotlights are adding color to this horse. This is the Headless Horseman. Wow. This is beautiful the way it is. I mean, I wouldn't change a thing. There's a little bit of haloing here, so it's over processed just slightly. But where's my timer? I don't think I would change anything else. I mean, I like the tones. I really like the tones that you have all around here. It's kind of a muted tone. The only thing I would do is maybe pull the reds off a tiny bit. So just because they're standing out a little bit from the image. Because see before, right? I think, yeah, let me just pull the reds off a little bit to kind of go with the rest of the tones you have in this image. But then maybe pull the orange up for this pumpkin. And the brightness of the pumpkin. Make it stand out more. And let's make the no, I'm not going to be able to do it. Yeah, you got all the tones right. I don't need to change anything on the tones. So just a quick before and after. So all I did was tone the red down from those guys with the red shirts to kind of match the rest of the image that you have, because all the colors are very muted. And then the only thing I did was increase the orange on the pumpkin. That's all this needs. But you over processed it just slightly because of this haloing here. There's ways to mask all that out in Photoshop. I don't know what you use to edit this. Probably Photoshop. Well, I'm no Photoshop expert, so I can't even tell you exactly how, but I've seen it done. Okay, that's an excellent shot though. Excellent. Let's see what we have here. This is from Delay. I've done this one already. Yeah, I've done this one. Okay, so let's look at the viewer edits. And let me find the original image first. Here's the original. That's odd. Oh, the original's in the original folder. Hold on. The original's in here. Here's the original. So let me turn off the let me turn off the monotone. This is the original image I gave you guys, right? This is not my edit. This is just the original image the way it was. It was very dark, I believe. Let me check the other settings here. Let me just reset it. I have a reset batch here. Reset. All right, that's the original image, straight out of camera. And as you can see, it's I tried to expose for the sky and the plane, right? So let's see what you guys did based on this being the original. Let's see what you guys did from here. Okay, slight crop and brighten. Antonio, not bad. It's kind of like this is a good starting point, but you're not done really, because it's pretty much the same as the original. It's just like you just got started. But hopefully you get some ideas from here, because look at this. Neo is always... I can't believe Neo sends pictures to me to edit, because your editing is so good. I really like this. It's a good crop. It's a really good crop, better than mine. And then I like this like paper, this kind of paper matting that you put onto it, kind of crinkled. I like this a lot. Let's see what else we got. Okay, this is a vertical crop, but you didn't really do much else here. Who did this one? Von Swartchild. Let me look at the original again. Yeah, it's basically a vertical crop and some color. You did a good job keeping the sky and everything, but... Okay, let's move on. I like the colors in the clouds here. I didn't notice that before. So you did put some thought into this, I can see, but it needs more. It's still too dark, I think. And this is from Bob. Bob and I know you're watching this after the fact, Bob, because you're not here now, but you and I always do almost the exact same edit on my pictures. It's like I did a very similar thing, black and white with a crop. My crop's a little different, but this is really close to what I did on mine. I'll show you guys what I did at the end. And let's see, DeMorgan. Oh my God, this is freaking awesome. I love this composite. This rocks. And then you brought all the shadows up. Who cares if there's noise, right? Because we're all looking at this going on. This is cool. I like how it's just touching the plane here. That's an awesome edit. Who are you gonna call? I know we've been on this ghost theme all evening, right? Since the stream this afternoon. And who did this? Joni. Oh my God. Wait a minute. These planks, were they in the original? No. All right, so this is great. Joni added some planks to hold up the houses, you know, because they are all tilting in because of a skewing error or skewing problems, because I was pointing the camera up, so everything's skewed in. And then you brought the plane back in. That's cool. That's a cool edit, and these cones, are they in this image too? I think the cones are there. No, Joni even added the cones here. Oh yeah, this is a cut and paste because all the cones are identical. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that's a cool edit. I like these composites. Yeah, Elaine, I thought you would like these. This is more your style. You like to really back them up. All right, let me show you what I did. I have an Instagram. This is my edit here. So you can see this is very, very similar to Bob Tishmarsh. I cropped a little bit wider than he did, but I went black and white and worked with the tones, and then I increased the sharpness and added some denoise. But yeah, pretty much what Bob did. It's amazing how Bob and I, you know, our edits come out really close sometimes. He's always hacking me though, you know, during this live stream, which is fine. I love all the feedback, but then in the end we end up with the same edit, which is kind of funny, at least on the ones I send out. All right, I need to figure out where this button is. Yes. So. Anywho, we did pretty well. I think we finished in less than 2 hours all of those edits. Man, I had to really work fast today. I didn't get to do as much as I wanted to on some of them, but you know, like the Aurora shot or the whatever that was, that was more of an astro shot, would needed a lot more editing, more in Lightroom. Lightroom would and then also the one that Arthur sent in of the forest with the river or stream coming through. If I did that in Lightroom, it would be really amazing with a little bit of light painting, I think. And then all the rest of them are really good. There were some other ones there that I feel like, you know, if I was using a different editor, they would have came out really amazing. But I'd say, honestly, I feel like that the Headless Horseman image, it was already processed. But I really like the tones there. I really like what you did with that. I'll have to learn how to do that myself, because I've always wanted to go for that look, you know, in some of my images, but I could never get there myself. You're no good at editing other people's. That's right. I don't think you've ever sent in anything that I've sent out. You should try and edit one of my images, Elaine. I'd love to see what you do with it. I mean, just jack it up like you do your own images, you know, and just make it your own, right? But that would be cool. Oh, you did once. Yeah, I kind of remember maybe. Can't remember now. It's been a while because you were out of the picture for a long time. And PF Cat, I don't see you very often, but it's good to have you back today if you're still here. Let's see who else came in. Lauren's always here. Lauren does a good job though. Lauren's, you should check out Lauren's portfolio. I have it bookmarked somewhere. But Lauren, if you get a chance after the stream's over, just leave a comment down below on this stream to your portfolio. He really is good at capturing color. I don't know what settings he's using in his cameras, but he shoots JPEG and he captures the colors and he finds subjects, and the way he crops the images, he crops them, you know, very tight to begin with. His composition is very tight. So of course I'm partial to very tight focus crops and subjects, but yeah, everybody's doing really sending in good images. Elaine's face is in the Windows picture, Rob. I can't remember. Oh, really? No, it always stays there. I've never seen it deleted. Every time you put it, at least I've seen your link several times. Let me just pull it up. I don't know how many people are still here, but I'll pull it up. Give me a second. I have it here. I'm going to put a link into the comment section here. So here it is. So here's the link. It's on SmugMug. Let me. But you see how tight everything is? Let me just. I mean, I like that, you know? Nice tight crops. Oh, look at that one. Wow. That's a pretty strong portrait crop too, man. That's really tight, but it works. Man. Yeah, Lauren, anyway, you guys check out Lauren's photo collections. He has an amazing collection set there. All right, I'm going to call it. So everybody, thanks for coming in today and sending your images in, and especially editing mine. They're always a lot of fun to look at. Sometimes you're the car, sometimes you're the goat trying to anyway. Just reading the last minute comments, but I appreciate you guys sending them in. I always have fun editing them and doing the best I can. I'll have to do this in Lightroom one time. I know some people are asking me just to stick with Workspace, but I think in Lightroom, when you can do a little light painting and stuff, you can really take some images that really have so much potential that Workspace just can't monopolize on, right, or take advantage of. So maybe this weekend I'll do, on Sunday, I'll do a Lightroom edit instead of the Workspace. And then people can send in from any camera the raw image, right? Instead of sending in a JPEG, then I get a lot more flexibility too. But thanks again, everyone. It's always a pleasure to have you with me in the evenings, especially this late for me. But I'll see you back on Sunday. Oh, you know, Dave, I don't have affinity. I don't have affinity. But yeah, and I'm sorry about all the mixed up times. You know, it's just my schedule was really busy this week, so I couldn't keep my normal times. But anyway, okay, I'm going to push this button and call it.